Type your email address into the right website, and in about 2 seconds, it will tell you something a little unsettling. Your email has almost certainly already turned up in a data breach, maybe several. And here is the strange part. That is completely normal, and it is not your fault. Right now, one free trusted service has indexed around 2 billion email addresses that leaked from hacked companies over the years. Yours might be one of them, sitting on a list, simply because a website you once signed up with got breached. But a breach you know about is a problem you can fix in minutes. A breach you don't know about is the one that quietly costs you. In the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly how to check whether your email or your passwords have leaked, using a tool that, done right, never even sees your real password, how to read what it tells you without panicking, and the simple steps to take if your name does come up. None of this is technical. By the end, Have I Been Breached? Goes from a scary unknown to a 30-second routine. Let me show you. First, let's be clear about what a data breach actually is, because the word sounds scarier than the reality. A breach simply means a company's database got out. You signed up somewhere, you gave them an email and a password, and at some point their systems were hacked or left exposed, and that whole list of accounts ended up in the wrong hands, often posted or sold online. Notice what that means. The leak did not happen on your phone or your laptop. It happened on their servers. You could have the strongest password in the world and still show up in a breach, because the company holding it is the one that lost it. This happens constantly, to small, forgotten websites and to household name companies alike. Over the years, these leaks pile up into enormous combined lists, billions and billions of records, and it connects directly to the last video. Once your email and password are sitting on one of these lists, attackers feed them into other websites automatically, hoping you reused that password somewhere that matters. So a breach is not just embarrassing for the company, it is the raw material for breaking into your other accounts. That is exactly why checking matters. You are not looking to feel guilty. You are looking to find out which of your passwords should now be treated as burned before someone else gets there first. So how do you check? And is it even safe to type your details into some website that promises to tell you if you've been hacked? Fair question, and the answer is where this gets genuinely clever. The tool to know is called Have I Been Pwned? Pwned is just internet slang for owned, as in compromised. It is free, it is run by a well-known security researcher, and it is used by governments and major companies, so it is not a trick in itself. For an email check, it is simple and safe by design. You type your email address, and it tells you which known breaches that address has appeared in. No password required at all, you are just searching a list. But the really elegant part is how it lets you check a password without ever actually receiving your password. Here is the idea in plain terms. When you check a password, your device first scrambles it into a long fingerprint, a hash, right there on your own machine. Then, instead of sending the whole fingerprint, it sends only the first few characters of it. The service replies with every leaked fingerprint that starts with those same few characters, often hundreds of them, and your device quietly compares the rest on its own end. The result? The service can tell you, yes, this password has been seen in breaches and this many times without your real password or even its full fingerprint ever leaving your device. That technique has a name, K-anonymity, but you do not need the name. You just need to know that a properly built checker hides you in a crowd, so checking is safe. And the golden rule still stands. Only ever type a password into a checker you genuinely trust, like that one, never into a random link from an email. Let's say you check, and the screen turns red. Oh no, pwned, found in 7 breaches. Take a breath, because this is less alarming than it looks. Being pwned does not mean someone is inside your account right now. It means your email or that password has appeared in a known leak, so you should treat it as exposed, as burned. It is a smoke alarm, not a burglar in the house. The page will usually show you which breaches and roughly when, so you can see whether it is an ancient leak from a site you forgot about or something recent and serious. And 2 different checks tell you 2 different things. An email result says, accounts tied to this address have been caught up in these leaks. which is your prompt to think about what passwords you used on those sites. A password result is more urgent and more specific. If a password you actually use shows up, even once, it means that exact password is now on attackers' lists, and you should stop using it everywhere immediately. And a green result, good news, no breaches found, that is reassuring, but it is not a force field. It only means you have not turned up yet. The habits still matter. The point of reading the result is not to feel scared or safe. It is to know precisely which passwords to retire. So your email or a password came up. Here's exactly what to do, and it is quicker than you would think. Step 1, the big one. Change the password on the affected account, and then change it everywhere else you use that same password or a close cousin of it. That second part is the whole game, because as we saw, attackers win by reuse. Give each of those accounts a new password that is long, random, and different. And this is where a password manager turns a dreaded chore into a few clicks. It can generate the new passwords, remember them, and many will even flag which of your saved logins are reused or known to be breached, so you are not guessing. Step 2. Turn on two-factor authentication on the accounts that matter, especially your email, so that even if a password leaks again, a stranger still cannot get in with it alone. And use an app or a security key rather than text messages where you can. Step 3. Only if you suspect the device itself is involved. Run a scan with a reputable security tool before you change anything, so you are not typing fresh passwords onto a compromised machine. Start with the accounts that matter most. Your email, your bank, your main shopping logins, and work outward from there. 20 quiet minutes can close the door completely. The last piece turns this from a one-time scramble into something you barely have to think about again. First, let the tool watch for you. Have I Been Pwned has a free Notify Me option. You register your email address once, and from then on, if it ever appears in a future breach, it emails you automatically. That flips the whole thing around. Instead of anxiously checking, you simply get a heads up on the rare day it actually matters, and you deal with that one account. Second, stop the spread at the source by never reusing passwords, so that any future breach stays trapped on the single site it came from and cannot travel. A password manager makes that effortless. And third, the move that quietly retires this entire problem wherever it is offered. Passkeys. A passkey replaces your password with something that lives on your own device and proves it is you without any shared secret. So there is simply nothing for a company to leak in the first place. They are spreading fast. More than 1 billion people already use them, and most major sites now support them. You do not have to switch everything overnight, but each account you move to a passkey, or even just to a unique password plus two-factor, is one less account that a breach can ever touch. So here is the whole routine, in one breath. A data breach just means a company lost its list of accounts, including yours. It happens to everyone, so it is not about blame. You can check safely in seconds. Type your email into Have I Been Pwned, and to check a password, a well-built tool uses a clever trick so your real password never leaves your device. A pwned result means exposed, not actively hacked. It is your cue to retire that password. If you do come up, change that password and every place you reused it, then turn on two-factor, ideally an app or a key, not texts. And to stay ahead, switch on breach alerts so the tool warns you, stop reusing passwords so a leak can't spread, and move to passkeys where you can because there is nothing to breach. That is it. Have I been breached? Is now a 30-second check instead of a quiet worry. So why not do it right after this video? Check your main email, and if anything important comes up, give that account a fresh, unique password and turn on two-factor. Then switch on the alerts and let the tool keep watch for you. If this made the online world feel a little less out of your hands, consider subscribing. Because that is exactly what this channel is for. The digital world, explained in plain English, so that you and the people you love can stay a step ahead. And send this to someone who has been using the same password since forever. It might be the nudge that finally gets them to change it. Stay sharp out there.